I believe we are live. But what I need to find out, from all of you goodly folk, is whether you can hear me well enough and whether the sound is too overbearing. Because I've got a slightly different setup for this game. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to need to adjust some things. Bear with me a moment. So, you're going to hear some loud noises. That was the microphone. That was the Xbox controller. I hope you're still following along. It's like the band all being introduced instrument by instrument, isn't it? And on clarinet, these are the headphones. And now, so hopefully now, I want to know, Link, I'm glad you can hear me, I'm glad you can see me. I need to know, Link, if you can hear everything I'm saying, and if there's any background noise, because I had to do a slightly different setup for this game. A setup perhaps you weren't expecting, certainly a setup I wasn't expecting. So let me know, am I coming through loudly and clearly? Because if so, we will commence with gameplay. And if not, I'll continue to fiddle around. Pazuzu says the sound sounds good. Well, if the sound sounds good for you, Pazuzu...
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you. And I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Excellent. So here we are playing What Remains of Edith Finch. A very different game. Oh, hello.
But I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Now, from what I understand, this is a fairly dark and terrible game. So I need to grab and yank.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be taking them out, thank you.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
So yes, we have...
Well, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
You know, I'm all for narrator, a strong narrator voice. But I need to be able to talk too, so, you know. Edith, or whoever it is I'm playing.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
I am currently controlling the character, though, as you can see, I'm not exactly travelling quickly. Any sight of it? No. Okay.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Well, interesting that this game was on your wish list, Link. Hopefully it will be interesting to you. All I know about it, it is a bit of a mystery game. It's a bit scary at points. Obviously, this isn't our usual FMV fare.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
But if there's a...
As a child, The house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Missing Milton Finch. I assume a relation to Edith Finch. Hello, Decknet. Alright, another sound. My eyes ain't so good as they once were. My God, I can see you all now. Looks like he was very missing.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house. I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
Well, we're off to a flying start, everybody. So yeah, I thought we would go for a game that wasn't our standard laughable FMV fare. And that instead we could go for something... I know these games are often called walking simulators. But they often possess within them... There was a keyhole there. There was a key.
Going through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Probably could have...
The power had been turned off the night we left.
Well, maybe not. Okay.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
Wow. All right, we left a lot of gear behind
But
here.
instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
All right, let's take all this in, shall we? So I'm guessing I'm Edith. Oh. I'm Edith, there's Lewis, who's dead. Edie is grandmother, and Dawn would be mother. I see. Do we have a nice variety of books here in this game? We've got many copies of the Northwest Chef. Apparently we're all very Nordic. Yeah, we like our rugbrod.
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly. Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it.
Yeah,
like a smile with too many teeth.
I was going to say, it's quite abnormal. That's also abnormal.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms.
Aha,
then
there
Edie
we go.
retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Okay, that's unsettling.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Ah, there we go.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Yeah, no kidding.
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
I love a game that feels like you have freedom.
Goodness, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door.
And yet, you are taken on a linear narrative journey.
It's like I had no idea where all this was going to lead.
BioShock is, of course, quite like this, albeit far
I grew
more
up looking at Mommy's
actiony.
room through the peephole.
Yeah, I love the illusion of open worldiness.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here.
before my mom sealed the doors.
Well, that is a long ago death. It's not a real shark, Link. We don't need to be worried.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
I don't want to eat the gerbil food.
The food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Oh, why did I click that?
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
My Halloween candy was all gone. I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Good.
I kept eating and eating.
This is unwholesome. Oh dear, we're gonna eat the mistletoe, aren't we? I don't want to eat the mistletoe.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly,
Aha, we didn't eat the mistletoe. Oh, good, we're a shapeshifter now. Okay, the
I tried
controls
to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
are surprisingly intuitive.
Mom
Aha.
and Dad didn't even look at me.
This has gone in an unexpected direction. Can we jump over there? We can. Parkour, bitches! This feels very unsafe. I'm gonna get
I
you.
almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl.
Oh, okay.
First,
Unexpected.
all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Yeah, this is. I just as a. Well, that is an insane rabbit. Thank you.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Okay, where shall we go to find something bigger? Not out to the snow. It's going to be in the grassy area, isn't it? If I was a
I'm
hunter.
a rabbit.
Aha, there we go. I got an achievement there.
Too big to carry.
Catching 2 rabbits and only 2 swoops.
But I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
There we go, we're a shark, everybody. Pazuzu. That's not the optimal way for a shark to act. Oh good, I can still control myself. There we go.
I went off the cliff and into the ocean.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
Now, I was hungrier than ever.
How do we go down? Ah, there we go.
I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Do we have to get another one? Oh no, same one. I'm sorry. This is not a game
Grabbed on tight.
suitable for
I was
vegetarians.
so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Hello. We're some kind of sea monster. Yeah, natural evolution of man, Pazuzu. Where are we going? Ah, well, okay, we need to drag ourselves along.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
So our character is a dreaming little girl, then. Who is
I
dreaming
wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
about being very, very hungry. This is fun and surprisingly controllable.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Oh, I realise my face is currently obscuring the subtitles. Do tell me if...
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
if we need to move. Are we back in the kid's bedroom now, then? This is marvelous. This is wonderful.
I got closer and closer.
You know, sometimes you play too many FMV games and you forget that other games exist. Well, where are we trying to get to here? Are we trying to get under the bed? Yeah.
All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Yeah, I don't think I believe it. So that's her final diary entry. How do we interpret that, everybody? I guess I actually have one interpretation, which I suppose... If we go for the mundane route of this girl
This will be obvious
fantasizing...
later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing
Was she
up the
being
past.
denied food?
Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
I spent a lot of time in Great Grandma Edie's room.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. Her room is like a museum.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son.
And so what, we think she ate toxic berries, or that eating all that toothpaste maybe made her... I don't know. Who knows? I could very well imagine she's starved to death or something like that. It's pretty bloody grim.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Washington... Which Washington are we talking here?
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Where do we set sail from?
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Oh. Okay, how do we get through this now? Alright, alright, alright. Let's move away from here. There we go.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Hello, Mr. Mister. Lovely to have you with us, as ever. Dragon kills Finch.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
So I'm guessing Sven was Edie's husband.
Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Oh no. There's the worst crime. Imagine a bathroom like this. Imagine the mold.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Yeah, so we're in Washington State here,
It
then.
was a pretty big trace.
Yeah, no kidding. How do we get out? Not back through there. Guessing we have to go out through the bathroom. Aha. There's a secret in this bathroom by Sven and Edie Finch. I'm tempted now to leave locked books all around my
There's
house.
a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look.
Again, I am controlling all of these
It isn't
things.
in the cupboard.
And this is
It's hidden
wonderful.
in this book.
This is joyous to interact with. Calvin Finch.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Yeah, I think these are a bunch of very cursed spawn of Vodnik.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Well, we know Milton went missing from the posters at the start. Calvin and Sam. So Sam joined the army.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
Imagine living in a room that's... ugh, no. This is atmospheric, I will
guess my
grant
grandpa
you.
didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Okay.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Can I stop now? Let's...
Coming! Dinner's ready!
Let's get off the swing. We don't need to do this, do we? I'm guessing that's the old homestead out there that's half submerged and has a buoy, or buoy as the Americans would say, attached to it. And again, I have complete control.
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
This is...
I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
I don't like that I'm controlling this.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Well, so Mr. you had a swing in your backyard. Was it perched on the edge of a cliff? Because this seems like terrible parenting to me.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
And who could blame him? I like that you get a picture of their personalities. But based on things like, based on the books and the sort of the furniture, the ornaments, and so on. Who built this madhouse?
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Edie's father Odin built the original house.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Aha, okay, we're going back round. Even though I'm playing through this one doggedly, I would recommend people pick this up. What an amazing idea for a scenario. You know, this is a sort of fall of the House of Usher, but it seems through parental neglect.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Ah, there we go. That's why the house is so strange. We can blame Sven.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Ah, we're back to the kitchen. So, where to now? Ah, back to this. Do we want to listen to it again?
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
I'm not climbing up a damn chimney. Spooky sounds in the kitchen, says Link. Okay. There's, yeah, wind rattling through something, isn't it? Sounds like a train. What am I missing? Do I need to go back up the stairs? Let's try that. Don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying the exploration. The Finch family certainly loved their wine. Yet not enough to drink it. And we know both of these rooms are sealed off. Back into my room then. Nope, nothing else here. Alright, I'm missing a clue somewhere. Given that the last thing that was highlighted to us was the fireplace. Aha! Hello.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Well, you never know, maybe. This family surely can't be that unlucky. I don't want to keep doing the music box. There has to be something else. Alright, we'll do the music box. Whoops. Can I go the other way? No, I was wondering if there was like if this was another key, given that we found locked boxes or locked books everywhere. Well, that's an unlocked door. Why can we not get through it? I don't know, everybody. Maybe the chimney is how you can get to the 3rd floor. Okay, we'll try the chimney. Actually, we've not had a good look in the garage, have we? Yeah, I think we need to be looking for Barbara-related things. The music box was a Barbara-related thing.
It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
So we're still finding new things. Alright, let's try the fireplace. Now, where control would usually make you crouch, here it just makes you zoom in. We are not able to get into said fireplace, I'm afraid. So we are still looking for another Barbara clue that isn't music box related. Barbaran. Barbaran. Hey viewers, if you've backed buried treasures on Back-A-Kit, I'd love to hear in the chat what your highlights are so far. Alright, this time we're going to watch the music box go round, see if there's any clues. missing? What are we missing? We can't get in here. I need everybody's eyes. We weren't short of money to have a house this size. Bigfoot. TechNet says just keep doing what you're doing. There was a picture with her name on to the right of the box, says Pazuzu. If we've got to keep doing what we're doing, we will keep turning the music box. We'll go upstairs again. Maybe we'll trigger something new. This is the first roadblock we've encountered in this game so far, so I don't hold it against it. We can't open that. We know this is all sealed. We've been in here anyway. Pazuzu wants to know, can I carry on turning the handle on the music box after it opens? I don't believe so. I don't seem to have an interaction icon. Deckneck says it is not the music box. Must be something Barbara related. Come on. And I'll say, not that I mind all this rummaging around in the house. I'm enjoying the scenery. Aha! Do we need to go outside? Maybe? Ugh. Well, we couldn't have been that long ago. It's hardly crawling with maggots or mouldy. Every day we thank God for the cannery. Without it, we'd be lost. Is there a wine cellar? I'm sure there must be, but I'll be damned if I can actually find access to it. Looking for advice, everybody. So still, the only thing we can interact with is this damn music box. Yeah, see, look, there's no little white dot to say we can interact with the handle while she's dancing. It feels that by listening to this it should unlock something. See, the house creaks. That could be a door opening. But the door to Barbara's room is sealed. It's got foam around it. No, I can't wind it in the opposite direction, Link. I've tried. We'll try the garage again. I just know one of these family members crawled into that freezer in a game of hide and seek. Need inspiration here, everybody. It's clearly something to do with that music box, because we keep being able to activate it. Something we can see from down here. I've tried the doggy door. Oh.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years.
Huh.
Until America grew out of it.
There was no sign I could interact with that, but that's interesting. Okay, well that's new. So can we do that with the other doors?
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Sure, that was healthy for him.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Yeah, that's unpleasant.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Mr. Mister says if we keep turning it, it will unlock a door.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Yeah, it's something of a dampener on the chances of future friendship. So Mr. Mister says keep turning it. The music box apparently gives you a key if you keep interacting with it. Okay, well... Oh, wait, there we go. Alright, we'll do this, then we'll try it again. 2 in a row, while just staring at it. Hopefully it won't load up any sort of checkpoints or anything that may have disrupted the timer. You know, maybe you're supposed to do it twice in quick successions. And, yeah, there we go. Round and round again. I'm not feeling hopeful here. Ah, there's a glitch, apparently. Okay. Alright. We'll quit. We will quit. Whoa. And I was dropped all the way out of the game. So let's try that again. And if it's a glitch, that's different. You know, I don't mind. Right, back in Calvin's room. Here we go.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Oh no, this was the way we meant. Wow, did we go the wrong way, maybe? Is that what activated this glitch? Well, let's find out. So yeah, what I think has happened is basically I triggered a checkpoint and it basically confused the game. That's disappointing. This game's been out for a few years. You'd think they would have addressed that.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
We didn't come this way last time, did we? Oh, we did.
Growing up,
Aha!
I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Last time we didn't go into Barbara's room. This could be the big difference.
How hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Oh, that's still here? When did she die?
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
So yes, we went the wrong, we went the wrong way.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
I don't know, if you know this family, I don't think an ending's going to prove to be terribly surprising.
Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed.
Did they do movie conventions in 1960?
Aged well.
Oh.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Damn you, Walter.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
So we probably could have got back... Oh, it doesn't matter.
Hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him. Right on cue. She reached for the music box.
Here I go.
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
This is the Halloween theme tune, so wait for me to get copyright struck.
Scratch and imagine the worst.
Demonetization. Oh, very nice. It's practically Metal Gear Solid 2. Look at the melons we can explode. That kind of thing. Anyway.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Oh, Finch rattled and grew still.
It's alright, it's just my brother Walter. I think they can legally use the Halloween music if they've...
to help you find your scream.
If they're using it under license.
I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she
I think it is exactly the Halloween tune, and I suspect they did license it.
Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Yeah, so get in trouble for... Oh, look at that. That's nice. That's nice for the era. I like how we can still recognize the architecture of the house. Despite it being several decades before.
Describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
I appreciate that she refuses to scream in absolutely every situation. Come on, where do we go? Where's the secret passage? This house is filled with secret passages. Aha!
That night, she played her part beautifully.
Yeah, this is definitely the original Halloween theme, and it is definitely resulting in this video getting demonetized.
She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it.
Oh, we're in Molly's room. Still dead.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges grow.
Oh, this is great.
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
I'm gonna slip up on that thing. There was one that rolled down towards me when we first started this.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
I'm sure it's just Sven.
The door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
It's one of Walter's pranks. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
She is adamantly not going to scream. Oh, there we go.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all
Coward.
really hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her
And
That's what I
her
call
parents
a
decided to keep it.
eerie tale.
So what actually happened to her? Well, I'm sure she wasn't eaten by monsters.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
I think what happened is you could probably go as far as Rick was chasing her around. And given the repeated cues of a roller skate rolling down the stairs,
I guess
she
now I know
slipped
why
up
Mom
on it.
didn't like me playing with the music box.
Yeah, see, this is where we went wrong before. We opened this... Yeah. Yeah, look, see, this has been repaired. So someone did actually fall through. I'm suspecting what actually happened is Barbara slipped up on one of Walter's roller skates and whee! Down he went. Down she went, I should say.
It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key. Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
I think we are talking metaphorical. I mean, it'll be an interesting twist if it then turns out to not be. But yes, I'm suspecting this is all flim-flam, metaphor, innuendo.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist. A lot of things got left behind.
We've already listened to these bits. Alright, now let's see if we can keep turning it. We can!
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone.
Oh no.
She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Nice painted view there, Vault Dweller. Well, Walter survived a bit longer than the rest of them. He turned into David Letterman, apparently.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane.
I am controlling...
Having a schedule.
I'm having to manipulate the mouse to...
I always expected to be dead tomorrow.
To open this tin.
But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
I certainly
And then one day,
hope he liked
everything
peaches.
just stopped.
So 2005.
Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
In a bunker, my preferred canned food is corned beef hash. I mean, I would stink. But... jelly, you know, jam would probably go quite well. So, based on the books in Walter's downstairs apartment, let's
I know
call
it's
it.
out there somewhere.
He is someone who very much believes in the curse, doesn't he?
Whatever killed Barbara, and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
Again, you might not be able to tell this, but I'm actually manipulating all of this. It's really quite a tactile game. Quite impressive. Hang on, I'm on a railway line. That doesn't seem like a great idea.
Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day.
Good on you, Walter.
I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
My goodness. Well, I think that is where I'm going to call the game for now. I'm very intrigued to find out what happened to the other Finches, though for some reason I'm going to assume that it's nothing good. We'll come back with more of this soon enough. I will set it up as a scheduled thing, so you should be able to see it in your subscriber feed before it goes live, with any luck. But remember, the trick with all of these is leave thumbs up, leave comments in the chat. If you do that, it boosts the algorithm, makes YouTube put in more people's subscriber feeds, because it doesn't matter if you're subscribed to a channel these days. Unless people are interacting with it, it doesn't show up straight away. It's a real pain. Anyway, I am... Do I actually think he was run over by a train? Possibly. I mean, it's one of the more mundane ways someone has died in this family so far. Molly turned into a cat, an owl, a shark, and a sea monster before potentially being eaten by one, though I think she was probably malnourished and maybe mistreated by Edie. I think that Barbara died in a tragic accident involving a roller skate, because we got to see it a couple of times rolling down the stairs. That feels to me like a clue. And it was just sensationalized for this Tales from the Crypt style comic. I suspect that Calvin probably died in much the same way as is implied, though I would put it largely down to neglect on the part of the parent by putting a damn swing on the side of a cliff. As for Walter here, again, there's a bit of parental neglect if he's been allowed to live in a fucking basement, in a bunker for 30 years of his life. So we will carry on. We'll carry on playing, and thank you so much for watching. I will be back with this another time, another day. It will appear scheduled in your subscriber feeds. Please back Buried Treasures on Back-A-Kit if you haven't. I really need the money. And if you can't, or if you don't want to, hop on over to my Patreon, or go on over to MatthewDawkins.com. I take tips on MatthewDawkins.com if you really want to pay me money, and I do need money. That would really be appreciated. Anyway, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I will be seeing you next time. Good night and good luck.